Hi, this is Sherry again from Paper, Paint, and Stitches, and this I think will be the last video I do on video day here. This is journal number 5 for the day, and I'm getting tired, so we'll see how this one goes, and I hope you enjoy it. I had a lot of fun making this book. I bought a old Monopoly games at the thrift store, and I got excited thinking about the different journals that I can make out of it and what I could do with it, and this is the first one. I have enough left to make a couple more, and let's have a look at this one. I used the colors of the game and tried to make it bright and fun and still be vintage at the same time. The board was a little stained, so I cleaned it off and then grunged it up, and I used a post closure here, so you can see inside it's got mattress ticking, and then it's been stitched around the edges, so this is going to stay on even if the iron-on material that I used in it starts to let go. This is not going to come off. It won't come apart. Then I've got, I found a gentleman that looks like the real live version of the little banker in the game. So I put him on here, and he's resting his hand on the Pennsylvania Avenue block. And here might have been, this is sort of to represent his pocket watch. And this book is not sewn in. The game board is the cover, so I had to come up with a different way to bind it. So I've used these rings, and I've tied these ribbons on to kind of hide that. And then here's the back, and this elastic comes around to the front to connect onto the post like that. So, and then we've got chipboard letters spelling out Monopoly there, of course. So when you open this up, you kind of wiggle it to loosen it up, or you can turn the pages. And I put page reinforcers, or hole reinforcers, whatever you want to call these, on the holes on the front and back of every page to help keep it from damaging the holes as you turn the pages. And this book is fun. I just like it. So this, inside the game, there's a piece that kind of holds the game board up above all the other pieces that go with the game, and on there was printed facts and rules and just things about the game. So I used a piece of that, and this tells who came up with the game, who makes it, how it got started. And this game, this was a 1978 version, and on here it says that, let me find it just a second. Here it says, each year Parker Brothers prints more than $40 billion worth of Monopoly money. Now that was in 1978. It says that's more than double the amount that was printed annually by the U.S. Mint. So there was more Monopoly money being printed than real money at that time. Okay, then I've used some of the real pieces out of the game, and then I've found a lot of definitions for things that are banking and money related, and put them in here. Here's a definition of a coin and some printouts of some dimes. I'll get this going in just a minute and it won't catch. Okay, then you can see there's just all kinds of things that this is just glued on, but it's a little rating strip here. This kind of turned into a travel journal in a way, because so many of the things, the game pieces and the different things, the idea of the streets and the places and the railroad and everything kind of contributes to the idea of travel. So this kind of turned into a travel journal if you wanted to use it for that. So I had the stamp of the old car, so I put that on there. And I always, for some reason, I always thought that the street names came from New York. I never investigated that, but they actually came from Atlantic City, New Jersey. So I ended up with a paper in here that says New York, but that just happened. It's a place you could travel to. And there's methods of travel in here. Hot air balloons is one of them. Then here's a lot of postage stamping. This pocket is made out of a book page from a coin book, a coin collector's book. And then there's a card in here you could journal on. It's got some map pieces and Pennsylvania, for Pennsylvania Avenue. There's another original piece. Lots of pieces to write on. Little bicycle paper clip. And these pages are double. I stitched them together. They came from a composition notebook and they're a little bit thin, so I stitched them together so you'd have a better writing surface. And here's another. There's about a road trip and some paper to write on. Some Monopoly money and an old car and a community chest card. There's a chance card, and it has to do with the railroad, so I put it on the page where I've got this beautiful train stamp. Put that on there. Tried to make the pieces kind of relate to each other. And here's some play money I found at the dollar store. I think Dollar General actually is where I found that. Then this page folds out. Let me move this just a little. And this is, this stencil looks like raindrops, and there's a definition of water power. And this gentleman sitting here beside it. And then here's the Waterworks card out of the game. And this, of course, folds out the other direction, too. And you could write on all of that. And then here's another train piece. And definition of railroad. And this flips up. You could write on the back. And then this is a envelope with some graffiti type, not graffiti, confetti type pieces in it, and some tickets and Monopoly money and the banker's hat and a coupon, and then the definition of Monopoly. There's a gentleman. He might be dressed for travel or might be headed to the bank. Let's see, get you back in line here. Okay, then this money is fastened in, but this card you could pull out, and these pages you could pull out and write on. And then we just use this as a tuck spot. And then here's another chance. Advance to go and collect your $200. Everybody likes that card when you get that one in the game. And then this is a fold out piece. You can write on it. Here's another journal card. It has a definition of stockbroker, stock exchange, stockholder, and stock market on it. There's more Monopoly money and pieces to write on. And here's where it starts turning a little bit more into the idea of travel. There's a list of places you might like to go to. And then this piece, oops, this piece folds out too. You could write on there. And then this piece is on this side. And this piece, a picture of an airplane, is held on also with that paper clip. And then here we've got some more tickets and pieces from the game and things to write on. Okay, help me out here. Okay, a definition of money on this little tag. Here's a happy banker. That's a piece of paper you could write on. And here's an envelope. You can flip this over this way and write underneath it. And then this just has some paper in it you could write on. And you tuck the flap under the little train piece there. Here's some more things to write on. Right on the back of that. And Hotel Paris. A little fella with his dog. It's a lot of stitching. I used multicolored thread in this book, and I like how it turned out. It just adds a lot of color and fun to the pages. And this card is numbered. You could put ideas and number them on here, or plans, or things you would like to get done for the day, or whatever you might be thinking of at the time. Here's a bit about the electric company and the original card for that. Here's another piece of that board, and it's some of the questions that people ask about the rules for the game. And then it's a pocket, so there's pieces tucked in there that you could write on. Here's another place you can write, several little pieces of paper stitched onto there. Another one of those pockets from the coin collector book. And a faucet on a little journaling card. Here's some more. Pieces all these pieces, I try to put something in every book that will be inspiring or uplifting to whoever gets the book, because sometimes if you're having a tough day, you might come across that, and it just helps you feel better, helps you get through the rest of the day. So I love these little ladies, and they were sitting down, so I fixed that where it kind of looked like they were sitting on a row of washi tape. And here's the banker again. It came in that package of paper dolls from Tim Holtz collections that they come in different sizes in the pack, and he just looks like he could be the real life version of the Monopoly banker, so I used him 2 or 3 times in here. And then this lady's dressed in her fur coat and out for the day, and that folds out, and then this flips up. You could write on either side. You can add pictures or write wherever you want to. And then this folds out also, makes quite a long piece. And this folds down. You could write here. You could oops, can't see it. You could write here. You could put a piece of paper on here that you have already written on, whatever you want to do. And then this part of it makes a pocket for these things, journal cards. And then it just folds back up and over this way. And then you just kind of continue over to this page. And this Monopoly money is loose. You could put it anywhere you want to in here if you want to change that. Another original game piece from North Carolina Avenue. And this folds out. You can write on it. And here, if you've been waiting, here finally your $1 million has arrived. That's silly, but you know, we heard that little quote all of our lives. Somebody's waiting for their ship to come in, or when I make my first $1 million, I'm going to do this. And when I came across that, I thought, okay, I have to put that in there. So there it is. There's your $1 million. Congratulations. I hope you enjoy it. Anyway, this flips down, and you could write on that and cover up what you wrote if you want to hide something or keep it confidential. Then here's another piece or two that you can write on, and we're getting close to the end. This pocket, this page is a pocket, and it's made out of a piece of a file folder. And I stitched on some of the cards, and then it opens up here. And it's not a pocket under here, but there is quite a space for journaling. So I thought, since that was neat and I needed a way to hold that flap down, I would just tie it down and it could leave a space for private thoughts. And then this is a copy of the Monopoly rule book. I just thought that might be neat to have in there. And it's rather stiff. You could glue pictures on this. You could, you know, make it into your own little album. Decorate it however you would like to with some of that loose Monopoly money, or if you have an old game set that you want to use some of the pieces, you could do that, or you could paint on this, whatever you choose to do, or you can leave it just like this just for the fun of having the a copy of the old book. And then on the back there's a fabric flip up with a little piece clipped to there. And on this page, there's a little card with names of places you could visit. And then this is the last page, and I just left it kind of plain. And here's two ladies in their, looks like maybe party dresses. And the back page is just this beautiful, mingled, orange and yellow, just looks like sunshine. So I thought I would just leave it like that. And here's the back of the book, and we've come to the end of the Monopoly journal, the first one anyway. And I hope you enjoyed it. I thank you for staying all the way through the video and watching. And if you've watched the first 4 in this set that I've done today, you're probably tired of listening to me anyway. So I'm going to bid you goodbye. Have a blessed day, and I'll see you next time on Paper, Paint, and Stitches. Bye-bye.